What's up, everybody? This is Eddie with Human Innovation Tarot, and I want to welcome you back to my channel, or I suppose maybe my new channel. If you're new, I would greatly appreciate it if you took a moment to click the like and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. So this is an update on my channel, which I haven't posted in a hot minute, and just want to explain a few things, a few changes and some updates and some things that I'll be doing going forward on this channel. But first, why haven't I posted so much? Some of you may remember that I had another channel, maybe not if you're new, doesn't matter. But about a year ago, last September, during Mercury retrograde no less, I lost my first channel. Just YouTube decided to blow it away. I couldn't get it back. And as you can imagine, that was very deflating after spending about a year building it from scratch. YouTube is, I like YouTube a lot. I think it's, it's one of the leading platforms to this day. Regards of information, availability of information learning, next to Google. So, I think it's a great platform. I love that anybody and everybody you basically just start a channel, and, if you're drawn to or passionate about sharing information or just sharing anything, you have a craft or anything that you enjoy, it's a great opportunity to connect to an audience that enjoys things that you enjoy, right? But it does take a while to build up, a following. In the tarot landscape is a little oversaturated. There are a lot of tarot readers out there now, so it takes a while to start getting traction and to gain followers and things like that. Not that that should be the only reason that you start a channel. But my point in saying this is that, to spend a year working on something and then to have it just completely blown away and then to have to start all over again, like I mentioned, it's very deflating. So during that time, I tried to kind of suck it up. Obviously, I have made some videos since then, but I felt a little disconnected. And I really didn't feel like I was doing what it was that I wanted to do, per se. Like I wasn't having the type of impact that I wanted to have in this arena. Because, you can only watch so many tarot videos. There's only so many tarot readers out there that are doing something different, right? And I never started my channel to begin with just to do fortune telling. And I'm not bashing that. I don't have judgment towards channels that use tarot primarily for predicting the future, fortune telling, divination, whatever word you want to use. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that necessarily. I am going to make a separate video, which I highly encourage you to watch, which will be posted on my channel as well, about maybe why you should stop watching tarot, or why you should be more selective maybe about the types of readings or tarot readers you watch. And most importantly, to investigate your intentions and motives about why you are watching tarot videos. Okay, but I'm not going to get into that here. So, my channel going forward I will obviously be posting videos that are predictive. In other words, they will be future focused, predicting future energy and future outcomes. You will find that here on my channel. That's just part of being an energy reader or forecasting energy forecasting, the cause and effect rather of the decisions and choices that we make every day, right? And I do think that there is a place in our lives for that, and I do think there can be a value in that, right? Like it would be valuable to know if there was a pitfall up ahead of you, right, in your life, so that you could avoid it. It would be valuable to know that there's an important decision maybe you need to make, and how should you maybe navigate it, getting advice about doing, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I take that job? Should I be with this person? I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to have insights about potential outcomes of decisions that we're making, as long as we are taking responsibility for our role in life as creators. I do think, and again, I won't get into this at length in this video, I do think it is a problem when tarot becomes addictive, when it is used in place of our own logic, our own free will, our own intentionality, responsibility, and self-accountability, when we idolize tarot or we turn it into sort of a god, if you will, much like religion, right? And I come from, I grew up in a Christian background, so when I speak of this, I'm not judging that religion because I grew up in it. But I was taught that God was outside of me, that I had to pray to God, I had to beg to God, I had to accept Jesus as my savior, and I had to, there was always something outside of me that I had to pray to, behave a certain way or do certain things, because whatever that force is that we were calling God that was greater than me, that force was my savior, right? Like that is the answer. That was the force I needed to rely upon to get what I needed out of life, to get what I want out of life, or to have protection or guidance and all these things, right? Instead of me realizing that that's not true, that I am that force, that I am the biggest and the most important catalyst of anything that I have in my life. If I want a new job, if I want more money, if I want love, if I want better health, whatever it is, I am 90% responsible, 80 to 90% responsible for that reality, that outcome, right? And then the 10 and 20% that's left over is an effect of spiritual law, or the cause and effect of spiritual laws that exist, that are already here, like gravity. Gravity is just here. You don't have to ask gravity to be turned on or turn off. It just exists, right? So we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, that in this physical world, there are spiritual laws and physical laws that exist, just like air is here. You don't have to beg for air. It just is. It's here. You're breathing. You don't have to think about it, right? Like I said with gravity is here. You don't have to think about it. It's just there. And so it's up to us to be the creators of our lives. It's up to us to get the results that we want out of life, to create the life we want, to attract or create, whatever words you want to use. They're all synonymous of the same thing, right? That you are the person who's the most responsible for getting an outcome that you desire in life, whatever that is for you. More money, health, wealth, relationships, love, doesn't matter. Okay. But a lot of times what happens is that we, because of the way that we're trained, conditioned, our belief system, society, family, whatever beliefs you have about things, we're taught that we don't have that power, that we have to rely on something else outside of ourselves to get something that we want. And tarot can become a golden cow, so to speak. It can become an idol. It can be something that we become so reliant upon. It's like you have to you binge. And I'm guilty of this. I've done this before. When I was first introduced to tarot, before I started learning how to do tarot, and before I progressed in my own spiritual journey, I found myself unconsciously kind of drifting into this pattern of binge listening to tarot all the time. I was just listening back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I had a certain playlist of tarot readers that I really enjoyed listening to. They posted consistently throughout the week, and I would just listen to them every single day, right? And, if that's something that you enjoy just for entertainment, that's different, right? But for those, I think most people, we end up kind of unconsciously, we become reliant upon it, and then you get a personal reading about your life. And so now we've become addicted to future tripping. Like, I have to know what's going to happen. Who's coming towards me? How do they feel about me? What about this? What about that? Like, we no longer have any power over our lives. We're just constantly wanting to know what's up ahead of us. And so instead of us using that same energy to create the outcomes that we want to experience in life, we're just waiting, thinking that those outcomes are just going to come to us. And we become obsessed and addicted, and we need to know everything. We need to know what that person that we care about, or maybe that ex-partner, or maybe whoever this future person is we're going to meet. We need to know every little thing that's going to happen, and when is it going to happen, and when can I expect it? We become dependent and powerless because we're not doing what we're created to do as creators of our own reality. And so all of this to say is that going forward on this channel, I do not plan on being just a forecaster, an energy forecaster, or a predictor, if you will. I'm not here to just do fortune telling. I want to empower people. And this was the original reason I wanted to start my first channel. But I kind of got sucked into the idea that maybe my channel wouldn't grow, maybe nobody would care about it if I wasn't doing what everybody else was doing, right? Like why try to reinvent the wheel? So I allowed myself to become just another voice amongst the many of hundreds of tarot readers out there that are doing the same readings. There's only so many ways you can do a love reading, a career reading, a zodiac sign reading, right? And so I got on the hamster wheel and was trying to keep up with, that level of output. And I'll be honest with you, I did not enjoy it. I was forcing myself to do it because I thought, I had to. It's like, well, I'm on YouTube now. Well, I want to create a channel, but I'm forcing myself to do this, but it's not fun. I don't enjoy doing it. Every time I would sit down or think about, I need to go through all 12 zodiacs and do a reading, or do this video or that video, I would have to force myself to actually do it. But it felt like a chore. It wasn't fun. And so, in a sense, my old channel being taken away was a blessing in disguise, because I wasn't motivated by that. That's not why I wanted to do tarot. Okay. So what is tarot? Let's just really quick. What does tarot mean to me? Or what is the tool? Originally, tarot was intended for you to do soul surgery on yourself. What do I mean by that? Tarot was designed for you as a person to understand yourself. It was there for you to understand how you could grow spiritually, understand the challenges that you were experiencing, for you to navigate and understand parts of yourself. It was a therapeutic tool, like therapy, for you to sit with yourself and say, what do I need to do? What do I need to change? What challenges am I facing? It was for you to go within and have a way to communicate with your unconscious and with your soul, because that's what we are. We're a soul in a physical body. However, tarot, because it is a medium, which is just a fancy word for a tool that can predict, it's a predictive tool of energy, and everything is energy. This is science. It's not woo-woo. It's science. And there's a lot of other tools you can use. You can use a pendulum. Some people will say a Ouija board. You can use dowsing rods. There's lots of things out there that can be used as tools. You can use dice. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can use as quote unquote a medium. And a medium is an in-between, right? Is a tool, is a communication device between you and energy. And energy is the invisible world, the quantum world. We can call it the spiritual world too, if you like, whatever words you like to use. So it is a good, it's a magnificent tool, an extraordinary tool for predicting the decisions, the thoughts, decisions, and choices that you're making, because those are energy, even though they're invisible. A belief is a thing. A thought is a thing. Emotions are a thing. Just because they're not tangible, you can't put your hand on it and play with it, doesn't mean that it's not a thing. It is an energetic thing. You can't see it. It's energy. And that goes out, and that's what creates cause and effect. That's what creates the reality as a means of cause and effect, I should say. Correct myself. So tarot is a very good way to predict. It's not 100% because we can change. Every day you're making a new decision. Every day you're making different choices, right? But assuming that you're consistently making the same decisions and choices, then it's predictable what the outcome will be. If you take water and you boil it, you wait, right? You pour the water into a pot and you wait and you boil it. What's going to happen? You get steam. You can predict that. It's going to happen 100% of the time. Does it turn into steam immediately just because you poured it in the bowl and you turn the oven or that you turn the stove on? No, it takes a moment. It takes a minute for the water to vibrate at a certain frequency so that it changes form and evaporates. Same thing with if you want to take water and turn it into ice, right? You put it in the freezer and you have to wait because it takes time for that water to change form from a liquid to a solid. But it's predictive. You can predict it and it will work 100% of the time. It's science, right? So tarot is a tool that can be used to predict those types of outcomes. However, when we become obsessed and addicted to tarot as a way to kind of tell us what to do, as opposed to us using our free will to just do what we want to do, we're already off track. Tarot is not here to tell you what to do. I'm going to make more videos regarding this so to help people understand what tarot is good for and what tarot is not good for. Okay, because there's a lot of people out there that I know are they're spiritually bypassing, they're scapegoating, or they're escaping through tarot. In other words, you're not wanting to take control of your life. You think you're powerless. You're relying on this tool, this deck of cards. You're relying upon this deck of cards to tell you what to do. What should I do? Do whatever you want to do. It's up to you to know what you want. It's up to you to live your life. These cards are not responsible for what you want. These cards aren't responsible for what you get or what you don't get out of life. This is your life. This is your experience. These cards are just here to help you navigate certain things. If you use them responsibly and you understand the purpose of them, then absolutely they can help you achieve greater and faster results. But that requires participation on your part, assuming that you're taking responsibility for your personal power as a creator, or at least a co-creator in this lifetime. Okay, these cards are not magical. Okay, they're just pieces of paper, cardboard, whatever, material that have pictures on them, artwork on them. There's nothing spiritual or magical about these cards. They're just cards with pictures on them. Okay, they're not there to tell you what to do. They're not there to tell you how to live your life. They're there to help you understand and navigate your thought processes, to navigate challenges, to help you understand what's in your highest good. But when we're in a state of powerlessness and we're like, well, what do the cards say? 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 Oh, I need a reading. I need a reading. I need a reading. I need the tarot to tell me, and we're constantly we're constantly coming back with the same questions, or we want to know about the same situations. Like, we haven't heard from that person, or when is that person going to show up, or what am I going to do about this? And we come back again and again and again and again and again, looking for the same questions, or looking for answers to the same questions, rather, right? Then you're way off track. That's not what this is for. So with that being said, going forward, what this channel will provide for you, again, I will be doing predictive readings. That's a part of it, but they will be limited. And within those readings, I will be focusing more on what you need to do. I'll be focusing more on the advice side of the reading than, okay, well, this person's going to come towards you and this thing's going to happen, blah, blah. I'm not going to spend as much time on that. I'm going to spend time, the majority of the time, on what you need to do to get that result. Because just like in coaching, because tarot is something that I do on the side. Primarily, I do relationship and spiritual coaching. Help people understand what what the meaning and purpose of their life is. Help them understand who they are, right? And then I do a lot of relationship coaching. Marriage, dating, online dating, divorce, whatever, anything having to do with relationships. And just like I tell people in coaching, is you are the greatest predictor of the outcome of whatever it is that you get in your life. Okay? I can't tell you what to do. I can show you what works. I can show you a system. I can give you a pathway. I can give you steps. I cannot tell you what to do. I cannot tell you what's right for you. You have to discover that for yourself. I'm here to help you understand the power that exists within you. And as a coach, ideally, if I do my job correctly, hopefully you won't have to come back and see me very often, right? Like that's a good coach is. I help you empower yourself so that you don't have to stay in coaching. You go out and you live your life and you have successes. And then maybe at some point down the road, if you have a problem, sure, you can come back and you can work with me, right? I don't want you to be reliant upon tarot is my point. I want you to go out and finally get the thing that you were wanting when you were watching the tarot readings begin with. You want love, you want marriage, you want a relationship, then I want you to find that. I want you to have that. I don't want you to sit and have to watch years and years and years and years and years of tarot readings, obsessively watching tarot readings, hoping and wishing and praying and hoping, and maybe that person's going to show up, maybe that's going to happen, maybe this ex is going to come up, maybe blah, 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 blah. That's not what I want, at least not here on my channel. I want to help people actually get the thing that they were watching the tarot reading to begin with, right? I want you to be able to actually get that thing and go live that life instead of you spending hours watching love readings. I would rather you be in a relationship and spend hours in a relationship with that person, enjoying that person. That's what I would want. And so that's what this channel will provide for you all moving forward. I know I went a little bit long kind of explaining this, but it's very important. This is very, very important, because when we give our power away, then we're powerless. And if we rely upon tarot to be our God, our idol, our fortune teller, our genie, and all these things, I can promise you, most of you, 95% of you, are not going to have that experience. 95% of you are not going to get the thing, the person, the job, the love, the whatever that you're looking for. Some of you will, and that extra 5% of you that do, you can consider it kind of luck. but you're still, you were still doing something. You were still contributing to that coming, attracting that thing into your life, or creating that outcome. But most people are just going to keep spinning their wheels, never seeing the result. And that's why so many tarot readers are regurgitating the same types of reading. This person from your past is coming back. It's like you've seen them all. Well, this person's doing this. This person's thinking about you. This is that. Like they're the same type of readings. There's very rarely ever some like new mind blowing like readings. Like, wow, I've never heard of something like that before. I mean, very rarely, but maybe like 1 out of 100 tarot readings, there's something that's might be like actually new, like something that's really new. For the most part, they're the same types of readings. They're just, told a different way. And again, I'm not bashing that, but I'm simply saying is, let's get out of the rat race, right? Let's actually get the thing that we want, so that you don't have to have a reading anymore. You get to you move on in life. You get to go enjoy the thing that you wanted. You wanted a new job. You wanted more money. You wanted love. Let's get you that thing so you can actually go live the life enjoying those things. Okay. So that's what my channel is going to be about going forward. More than just your generic tarot channel that's just here to predict the future, right? So hopefully I explained this well, and hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully for those of you who are familiar with me here at the new channel, hopefully that will help you understand kind of why I haven't been posting as much lately, but I do plan on getting into a consistent routine moving forward as much as I can. I have some other things I'm doing as well, but I'm going to try to be more consistent. But I'm definitely going to do what I feel led to do on the channel this time. And so I wanted to give you guys a heads up about what to expect and why this channel is probably going to be a little bit different than other channels. Okay. And I will be talking about this more as time goes on. So anyways, if you haven't already, I would greatly love your support. It's free for you. Just like and subscribe. And that lets me know that the content that I'm creating is actually valuable to you. If you don't like and you don't subscribe, then I see, I'm just talking to myself, and I should be using that time doing other things, right? So that's what lets me know that I'm providing you guys with value, and it's completely free for you. And so with that being said, I appreciate you all. And for those of you who I have interacted with in the past, I appreciate your ongoing support, and I hope that you guys are all doing well in your journey. And let's make our future what we want it to be, and that's my hope and desire for myself and for you guys all as well. Let's get out of this crazy rat race of waiting for things. Let's create the lives of our dreams, right? Because that's why we're here. Time is short, and we're not promised a tomorrow, and we live in interesting times. So with that being said, stay tuned. There will be some readings coming soon, and some unique things. I will be going live. I was going live before in the past on my old channel. I will be doing live readings as well. I will do my best to let you guys know in advance when I'm going to do that, so you can plan to be there. And you can have a free live reading. Of course, everything else, again, is in the description box. You can book a reading with me. I also, any other services, including relationship coaching, life coaching, spiritual coaching, all that information will be there for you as well. So with that being said, I'm sending you all love and light, and I will see you guys all very soon.